Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Roll Jump Media podcast. This week I am joined by my recurring panelists, Jose and Luis. What is up, guys? Happy good morning.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Thank you, thank you. I'm sure the audience thanks you as well. For this
Hopefully.
for this week, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about a rapid fire release dates and announcements that were made during the week, Super Nintendo World, PS5 backwards compatibility, a Resident Evil movie reboot that was announced, and our most anticipated games for the rest of 2020. But before we get into all of that, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. So, as per course, Luis, go ahead and take it away.
All right. For me, I mentioned last week that I was playing a game in the PS in my PlayStation and my Switch. Uh, this time, this time around, I didn't really play much. Um, I didn't really use my PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Once again, I stopped playing Apex for a little bit. Maybe I played a couple matches. Honestly, I don't remember. Um, but yeah, I was focused on Mario 3D All Stars, trying to get all the shrines in Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, I hear you.
So so I was focusing on that. I also tried. I've been playing more Mario 35. Um, like extremely addictive. The extremely addictive nature of the game, like, makes you want to keep playing until you get first place. I haven't done so, but maybe I'll keep trying. And mm, and for my 2DS, I started playing my 2DS again, and I've been playing because I bought a Metroid, Samus Returns.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. Um, so far, it looks like the game looks great, uh, compared to obviously like the previous Game Boy Advance games.
Oh, dude, you have the 2DS.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, dude, that's the one game where the 3D is popping, bro.
yeah.
Oh,
That,
that
that's what.
hurts.
Yeah, that's what while I was playing it, the first time I saw it, I was like, this game looks beautiful, right? It looks really pretty.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I wonder how it looked with 3D.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Jose has a 3DS, so
Okay, okay.
maybe I'll just pop it in just to see how it looks.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like it it benefits from the 3D, especially with the home environments. Um,
Let me tell you, bro. It is a showpiece for the 3DS.
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna try it on a 3DS. Um, if Jose lets me use his 3DS. But anyways, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I haven't really dwelled in other games. I was thinking of maybe playing Donkey Kong Country. Diddy's wait, yeah, no, Diddy's Quest, no,
Diddy's
um,
Conquest.
Conquest,
Diddy's Conquest? Is
Conquest,
that right?
yeah, Conquest or Quest, and I think it's Quest, honestly, but I don't know.
The
The
virtual.
online.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Virtual console. What am I thinking?
I know. I was gonna say virtual console. I was like, no.
No.
And, but I don't know. No, probably I just probably like finish Mario and then move on to the next game.
Okay. Do you have any more details about Sunshine? I want to hear if you've been playing that more or not.
Yeah. So that's the main game that I'm focusing on.
I'd like to
Um,
hear some details, man.
okay. So um,
To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description.
I've enjoyed the game. Going to the world, to each different world and getting the shrines.
Yeah,
That's how I like to do it. Like I go to one world and
you
try
get
to get
everything.
all, yeah, eight shrines and even like the coin, the 100 coin shrine.
Oh, you're a madman,
And
but okay.
I know. And even then, I think there's like two more shrines in there in each world. Um, I think you have to pick up like the red coins for certain worlds where Shadow Mario takes flood from you.
Oh, really?
Um,
I don't remember that.
yeah, yeah. I accidentally went into one of those missions and I saw that and I was like, oh, don't tell me I have to do this again. But anyway, um, and it's like again, I'm really having fun. I think playing it now, like some things are easier or some things I understand how to do better. Because again, I remember playing this back when it was on the GameCube. Um,
Hmm.
I don't I don't know how old I was. I was like what, 12, maybe 13, I don't know. Or even younger, I don't know. Um, and like I remember thinking some of the missions were kind of tough to do. Uh, and even like for example, like the Delfino Plaza. You know how there's different um, what I want to say NPCs, I guess, the ladies who are asking for fruit for you to put in their baskets.
Yeah, the dun, dun, dun.
I don't know you guys. Hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember I couldn't do those back then because for example, there's one where you have to put in pineapples in a basket that's like hanging over the pianta person.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember like you have to throw it in there, and I remember I wouldn't be able to do that, and like I would get frustrated. But this time around, like I actually take the time to do it. And it's not that hard, you just have to time to jump and the throw really well. And you get like the blue coins. And I mean I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. But there
Yeah.
are some missions where it's still frustrating as heck. I don't know you remember the mission where you have to take Yoshi into this island to a green pipe.
Oh, yeah, that's infuriating.
And
Yeah.
then like the
Hmm.
mission is you have to get the eight red coins in this.
On the
It's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
stream, right? Like a automatic stream, and if you fall to the water, you die.
That's the hardest mission in
Uh,
the game,
yeah,
in
that
my
is.
opinion.
And
Yeah.
I tried doing it, and I failed, and then I died, right? And the thing about it is that if you die or you quit the mission, you restart from the beginning. So you have to you know to get
Take
Yoshi to
Yoshi.
that. Yeah, and it's so frustrating. I was like, oh my God. So
And
I was like,
jumping on the freaking boats is not
yeah,
easy either.
it's not that easy.
Yeah.
So I tried it like 3 times, I think, um, which is still pretty good, because again, back
That's
then,
really good.
yeah, I would have, you know, tried it like another 20 times. But
Hmm.
it's just so frustrating because, like, I mean, the mission itself, it's already hard because you have to control the little lily pad to be able to get all the coins.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
it's really really tough, and then add to that if you die, you have to restart again and do it all over again. It's kind of it's frustrating. But I
Yeah,
mean, um, I'm definitely having more fun this time around playing Mario Sunshine,
that's
and I
cool.
think it's because it's much easier, and I know how to control the characters or Mario better. Yeah, I don't know, it's really
Hmm.
cool. But yeah, that's my experience with Mario Sunshine.
Cool.
So,
I have one. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say so far I still have a few more shrines to complete. I don't know. I'm thinking of I don't know if I want to get all the shrines because
Mm.
again that last one is gonna be tough. I don't know if I'll be able to. But I mean, I'm thinking of giving it a try and see how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like Mario Sunshine is not the greatest 100% completion. It's not the most fun.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like the main game is fun. It doesn't
Hmm.
overstay its welcome. It's just a good time.
Right, and I think I see that now more playing this time around.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. We were talking about the
Right,
fruit baskets, and
right.
there's a fruit basket that's not upright, it's sideways. Do you know which
Is
one I'm
there?
talking about? Yeah.
Mm,
On the other side of the, so there's a water, there's a, what do you call it? A not a harbor, but you know where the boat passes, and there's like a little bit of a water separation there.
oh,
And
right, right,
there's a basket on the other side, opposite side of where the one that's hanging up top is.
right.
How'd you get the fruits over there? Did you try it or?
Yeah, I already did because I think there's four of baskets.
Mm-hmm.
I did all four of them. For that one, actually, it was easier than I thought it would be.
Really?
Uh, yeah, because basically, I just because it's the what are those fruits called?
Coconuts, I think. No, durian.
No, it's the other ones, durians.
Durian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so those you can carry, right? So you have to hit them
Yeah.
to take them to the other side.
Yeah.
So what I figured out to do is I just aimed the durian towards the other side, somewhere where it wasn't gonna like bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
And what you have to do is you have to uh, what's it called? Jump dive into it, and it like hits it,
I
and
did the
it
same thing. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like again that's another one where like I remember I didn't know what to do. I was like, what the hell how do I get this blue coin?
Yeah.
And, and now I guess I don't know. I think more. I don't know. Like I take my time to actually think about how to complete the missions and how to do things. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's
Hmm.
like it makes the experience much better. It's and much more fun.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if you did something differently. I feel like there has to be another way. It can't
It
be.
probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it's. I don't know. I thought it was funny that that's how you're supposed to do that one, or at least that's how I found out the way to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
Well.
that's so much.
All right. That sounds good, man. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Or you had. I don't know if you're still having fun with it, but you had fun with the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still having fun.
Okay. Okay. For sure. For sure. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay. So, any more games that you want to bring up, or should we toss it over to Jose?
I think I'm gonna toss it over to Jose.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, it's mainly been Animal Crossing again. But we're in October, so you already know what that means. Pikmin is here. Well, it's getting here.
Yeah.
I did play the demo, what was it, like 2 days ago? So that's another thing I played. I finished it
Mm.
in one day. It took, I want to say, maybe like an hour. Um, and I mean, I would recommend it if you haven't played the game before. I'd recommend you get that. I think it does a good job at like uh, showing off the controls and just what the what the gist of the game is. Um, but yeah, the reason why I got that is because apparently it unlocks, like, you can transfer the data to the main game, and it unlocks the ultra spicy mode, which I guess is like the hardest mode,
Okay.
um, and like extra quests. Um, so I did finish it, but it got erased because we had a scare yesterday, where we had to pretty much reset the console, and um, the data on the micro SD card had to be deleted. Um, I'm not really sure if the data for that was saved in the micro SD card, but I guess we'll find out soon. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I played that, and then I've been playing Super Mario Brothers 35 as well. Um, it's a very addicting game, very addicting game. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
Um,
good.
and I don't know. I think. Well, I mean, I want to believe that Nintendo is gonna keep the game. running, even after the date that they set. Um, but because it's really fun. I don't understand why they would take it out, but I don't know. It's Nintendo, so so I mean that's been pretty fun. The highest score, the highest place I've gotten has been third place. So I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Um, I hope to get to first place soon. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, I think. Um, Nothing much. I really do hope to start getting back into like playing the Nintendo Switch when Pikmin comes out. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, that's been it for me. Pretty low key.
All right, all right. Jose, I'm gonna ask you to do if you can. Um, I watched a little bit of the trailer. Like, I'm not into Pikmin. Like you said that
Hmm.
if you're not into Pikmin, maybe pick up the demo and try it out.
Yeah,
Um, it looks whack, Jose. Can you sell me on it, please?
bruh. Um, well, because I think it's a very how do I describe it? Niche game. Um, you're because I mean I feel like you are more into fast-paced games, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fair to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pikmin might not be the game for you. I mean, but I don't know. Like, it's one of those games where you have to try it out, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, if the trailer doesn't sell you on it, then then it's probably not gonna happen. Um, but I mean, I don't really see what angle I could take to kind of sell it on you when I feel like at its core, it's not really a game that appeals to you, you know?
Okay.
Um, so, I mean, I don't know. It's very, I don't know, strategic. Would you say it's a strategic game, Luis? Um, you have to manage your time well. You have to multitask. Um, I don't know if that appeals to you,
Are you
but
trying to sell me on real life?
I know, right? Yes, but it's more colorful and fun.
Okay. All right. I don't make any promises, but I'll see if I can try it out.
Yeah,
All right. Sorry for
you don't
putting you on
have
the
to.
spot there, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I could go on and on about how it's a good game, but I mean, if at its core it's not really like the type of game for you, then I mean,
yeah.
it's not
Of
gonna
course,
happen.
of course, of course.
But it's a great game, 10 out of 10.
For sure. I got you. I got you. All right. So for me, if you guys want to jump in on this first one, you may, because you guys played it too. Among Us.
Ooh, okay. All
Yeah,
right,
cause
yes.
yeah. So we've been playing Among Us, and man, the game's still really fun, especially if you get some friends together. Lying never gets easier. Like especially if you're playing with your friends and they know your cues. Like my thing is that I act extra in the chat, especially when I'm the crewmate. But then when I'm the imposter, I kind of die down
You're
a
very
little
serious.
bit. Yeah, and I think that's the freaking giveaway for me because I'm not that great at lying. So man, I don't. I feel like if you're a good liar, you got a big advantage in that game, and it kind of gives me anxiety still. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think it's the same for me. I hate those kinds of games where you have to pretend that you're innocent or you're not the bad guy.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it makes it easier when everyone's quiet. Because when I have to like start talking to you guys uh, or like my friends, it's kind of like it feels weird lying, you know. But if it's all quiet and if I'm just typing, um, trying to pin it on someone else or whatever, it's much easier for me.
Huh.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's very I get anxious whenever I'm imposter because I'm like I have to to lie, you know.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I would be better when we're just talking rather than typing. I feel like typing gives me more anxiety.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
I don't
excited.
know.
I don't like.
Yeah, it's kind of
I don't.
weird, but yeah, it's still a fun party game, man. If you just get your friends together and play, it's a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really play much this week. I played a little bit more of not Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description. And I got through the dungeon with the Snowhead Temple,
Oh,
and
were you able to figure it out?
no, I got help.
Oh yeah.
It was a simple solution. I'm so freaking mad at myself. I didn't figure it out. But yeah, I got through Big Boy blowing that cold air, whatever, the gusts. And it was a good temple, man. I feel like the temples are more straightforward than Ocarina of Time so far. If you guys, how do you guys feel about that? Because so far I got through the wood one, Woodfall. Is it Woodfall?
Yeah.
Woodfall and Snowhead. I feel like I'm having a more straightforward time with those as opposed to ocarinas.
I feel like Ocarina is easier.
Really? Hmm.
Um, because I think with Majora's Mask, you have to. Well, I don't know if you're doing it, but like collect all the fairies. Are you collecting the fairies?
Yeah. I make sure to collect them all.
Okay, yeah. So for me, that adds like another level of difficulty, just because sometimes they're very well hidden in the rooms, and so you're trying to figure it out.
Hmm.
You're trying to figure out where they are. And so because I'm trying to collect all the fairies, I have to go back and forth to rooms that I've already visited
Yeah.
and that I wouldn't really go back to otherwise, unless, I had to collect these fairies.
Okay.
But then again, I feel like we're gonna have time. You have to take into account, well, at least for me, like I've played that game so many times that like the the
The
temples are
layout
very,
is.
yeah, like I'm very familiar with the layout already. So like I already know where to go, I already know what to do.
I
Whereas
see.
Majora's Mask, I've only played it like very few times. Um, so it's still like whenever I replay it, it's still um kind of like a refresher. I need a refresher for it,
Okay.
especially the last two.
Oh, well, I'm not there yet. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see how that goes. Um, I kind of feel like the fairies pace you out better. Like by the time you get like the sixth fairy, you're like, okay, like I'm making good progress through the dungeon. Then you get to like the 12th one, I was like, okay, I'm pretty much gonna be there soon. Actually, wait, by the time you get like 10, like you're gonna be in the boss room at that point. Like, okay, I
Yeah.
should have this many fairies about. I might be missing one or two, but I think I'm pretty full up on it. I feel like it's a pacing mechanism that I kind of enjoy throughout the dungeons, and in Ocarina of Time, you kind of just do, and you don't really have that indication.
I can see that.
Yeah. And I
I think
also like
that's
the mass
interesting.
switching too. I feel like the mass switching would create more of a barrier, but I feel like it's more fun, and I guess it is a little bit more complicated, but it makes sense to me. The one challenge I had was with the fire arrows. So I was just about to get the fire arrows, and I was getting frustrated in the in the Snowhead Temple. So I looked up something, and then, but other than that, I was having a straightforward time for the most part.
Glad you're enjoying. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. And yeah, other than that, I've been playing Apex has been my main thing. Um, I can't really say much more about Apex, man. It's just really fun. It's like it's my comfort food. Like after if it's not Final Fantasy 14, it's Apex. So
Have you tried the crossplay?
Yeah, I've been playing only on crossplay, and I don't really see a difference, man. I don't see much
Same,
of a
same. Yeah.
difference. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know if I'm playing
That's
with PC players or not, but
right.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know the
I still have
details.
to give it a try. Um,
Yeah.
like with crossplay, so
Well, man, I the Apex H is there, so let's get some games in, boy.
true.
All right. So the reason why I haven't really been playing much more, is because for some reason, I was inspired to look into how games were developed, because I kind of wanna one day, make my own game or do something along those lines. And so I've been looking into the Unreal Engine. Like I did a tutorial on the Unreal Engine for a like a quick first person, like click on this and shoot it to destroy it kind of demo.
Right.
And um, it's a lot, man. There's a lot of code that goes into it. You have to have your logic has to be on point, and you just have to be familiar with the tools that's at your disposal. And I also looked into doing 3D modeling, and I have this program called Blender where I edit my videos, and you can also 3D model and do all kinds of crazy cool stuff. And that also takes a lot of time, a lot of familiarity with the tools, kind of like coding. And
Right.
yeah, I also looked a little bit into animation. I haven't done it yet, but basically you're putting bones inside your 3D model, and you're kind of manipulating it to make the animations you want. And all of it's really fascinating, and it raises your appreciation to all the work that goes into your favorite games, and how I'm struggling to freaking make the character look right, and you have Cloud over here with freaking pores that look like it's taken out of real life and stuff, and it's freaking crazy how
Yeah.
talented these people are that make these games.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
You start to realize like why they take like 3 4 years to create a game.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's craziness, man. It's actually it's computer magic. Computer magic and skill. And it's really awesome. But that's gonna do it for me. Are you guys ready to move on to the news?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we have a lot of rapid fire things that we're gonna go over. Not a lot of big news this week. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the first big announcement that happened was has to do with Mortal Kombat 11. NetherRealm announced Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate as well as their Combat Pack 2. So I have quite a few details, so let's go ahead and go over these. Well, first of all, if you have Mortal Kombat 11, or if you're going to be purchasing a current gen version of it, you're going to be getting a free upgrade to the next gen version, and that free upgrade is going to include 4K dynamic resolution, enhanced visuals, significantly improved loading times, and cross-platform and cross-gen compatibility. So that's really nice. In Combat Pack 2, you're going to be getting Rain, Melina, and Rambo. So Rain was one of my favorite characters in MK9. It's nice to see him back in MK11. It kind of gives me the itch to maybe jump on this Ultimate Edition, but we'll have to see. What MK11 Ultimate includes is the base game, Combat Pack 1, Combat Pack 2, and MK11 Aftermath. Pre-orders open on October 15th, and pre-ordering the Ultimate or Combat Pack 2 will get you the Time Warrior skin pack. The release date for the Ultimate Edition is November 17th, and I assume that'll be the same day for Combat Pack 2 as well. So I know you guys aren't much into Mortal Kombat, but the fact that these characters are coming, Reina and Melina, they're pretty popular, especially Melina. People really wanted to see Melina in this game, and I think it's fun. I think it's cool.
Yeah, the one thing about Mortal Kombat, um, I mean, I'm like you said, I'm not a big fan, or I mean, I haven't really played the game, the series too much to be a huge fan.
Hmm.
Um, but the one thing I like about the game is that it's kind of, I don't know, it's fun in a way that like they don't have sort of like a, how do you say it, like anyone can beat the game, you know? Like you have the Terminator, you have Rambo, you have
Yeah.
Spawn, like, you know, like the sky's the limit when it comes to that game. And I think that adds like it's refreshing to see a game that kind of, you know, adds these fun characters that people can enjoy. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
I saw something on Twitter, excuse me, where someone said Mortal Kombat 11 is Smash, but your dad gets to dad chooses all the guest characters. I'm
bro,
like, that's
that's
I'm
pretty
like, yeah,
accurate.
yeah, it's pretty accurate. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to the next story, or the next quick rapid fire news. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered is coming out on November 6th for PS4, Xbox, and PC, and November 13th for the Switch. Pikmin 3, as you said earlier, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, the demo is available now if you want to try it out on the Switch. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness will have a manga-style graphic novel associated with it. This is coming from Tim Adams on CBR.com. I'm kind of looking forward to that manga or graphic novel. Sounds pretty cool. Also for a Resident Evil origin story reboot is coming, and the main cast was confirmed. This is from Ella Kemp on NME.com, and I have some details about this reboot. The movie will be set in Raccoon City in 1998. And this is a quote from the director. With this movie, I really wanted to go back to the original first two games and recreate the terrifying, visceral experience I had when I first played them, whilst at the same time telling a grounded human story about a small, dying American town that feels both relatable and relevant to today's audiences. And the director is Johannes Roberts, and this is what he told Deadline, which is a media outlet, I believe. So that sounds pretty cool, man. It's going to be a live movie, actual movie that's going to be faithful, it seems like, to the first two games or that kind of arena. So, how do you guys feel about that? Are you guys excited for it?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw the news. I saw news on Twitter, just people talking about it. Then I saw a cast um, that you know they got, and I think it's pretty accurate. I really do like Claire's actress. I think,
Okay.
well, as far as you know, like appearance wise, I think she resembles Claire a lot. Um, and I mean the other cast members, I mean obviously they showed pictures of them like in a red carpet, so obviously with makeup and you know styling and all that, they might you know resemble the characters more in the actual movie. But yeah, I'm really glad that someone finally you know came out and said, okay, let's do an actual you know adaptation of the games. Um, I know as far as the movies that we have already of Resident Evil, surprisingly, I feel like there's some fans who really do like those movies. Um, or I mean, well, maybe they're not fans. I don't know. Maybe they're casual fans. But I mean, it I mean the whole franchise sold very well. So, um, but yeah, I never liked the movies. Because you know when you hear Resident Evil, you expect you know Chris and Jill and not Alice, you know. um, but yeah, it's exciting to see. And hopefully, I mean, hopefully it's successful and it's done well, and we get a franchise out of that movie. With you know the actual storyline from the games.
Yeah. And I think this is a better time than ever because I feel like RE2, RE7, RE3 remake has gotten new people like me who don't even like horror games to in general to actually care
Mhm.
about the franchise.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's and I think Luis mentioned this last podcast. Yeah, I feel like Resident Evil has gotten like a boost um in recent times as far as popularity and just being on people's radar. So it's a good time to capitalize off of it.
yeah, most definitely. All right, let's move on to the next news part. Fall Guys Season 2 released on October 8th, so that's just a PSA. Phasmophobia released in early access on September 18th, according to its Steam page. So it's a PC early access game. This game has been big with content creators, and it's a four-player online co-op psychological horror. So, have you guys heard about this game or anybody talking about it on social media?
I haven't really heard anything about it.
No?
No.
Yeah, some big YouTubers and I don't know, I haven't really followed Twitch, but people are raving about this game, and it's in early access. It looks rough, but people like it. The next date I have for you, Outriders. So Outriders will release on February 2nd, 2021 on Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, the PS4, the PS5, and the PC. So it's a third-person shooter coming out of Square Enix.
What's it called
Next,
again?
Outriders.
Outriders.
Yeah. I was really excited about this game months ago, man. Months ago they did like an official reveal. I think it was like in 2019 at the end, and I was severely disappointed by it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by how it looks. It just looks so. It looks like you got taken back to 2007, where everything was like grody and unappealing looking, and the animations are a little stilted from what I saw. I think it was like earlier this year, like at the beginning. And it wasn't appealing to me, but maybe I'll give it a second look and see if things improve or improved. How do you guys feel about third person shooters? Do you like them? I mean, Resident Evil is a third person shooter, but in general.
Well, for me, I think well, uh, Jose has it as if Uncharted a third person shooter.
Yeah, Uncharted counts.
Um, yeah, I think I like them. It's not something that I like that I look for in a game. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like oh, it has to be third person shooter, right? It's just if I like the game, if I'm interested in the game, and it's a third person shooter, I I play it. But yeah, it's not something that turns me off. I know for a lot of people, it's like a big discussion, when it comes to like first person shooter or a third person shooter, which one's better, or which ones they prefer. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, for me, I enjoy them.
cool. I for me, I feel like third person shooters they're out there. The one what I really want is a military third person shooter like SOCOM. I just hope that Sony brings it back or somebody, because I really like third person shooters. I unlike I guess I actively look for third person
Right.
shooters to play. Have you heard of Vanquish?
Is that the Oh, Vanquished. I've heard of
It's
it.
it was released like on the PS3, Xbox 360 era. I believe it's a Platinum Games game, and you're kind of like a humanoid with
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
cybernetic like enhancements, and you're kind of like sliding around everywhere and slow mo and all kinds of cool stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I have time to play something like that, but supposedly it got released with Bayonetta together on the PS4. But I don't know. Maybe I'll dive back into that one. I played it a little bit at like my cousin's house or something. It was fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got sidetracked about third person shooters. The next game I have on the docket, we have The Medium. The Medium is going to be releasing on December 10th, 2020 on Xbox Series X and S and PC. Uh, I have a description from their official website about what this game is because I know there's a little bit of a mystery behind it. Become a medium living in two different worlds, the real one and the spirit one. Haunted by the vision of a child's murder, you travel to an abandoned hotel resort, which many years ago became the stage of an unthinkable tragedy. There, you begin to search for difficult answers. As a medium with access to both worlds, you have a wider perspective and can see more clearly that there's no one simple truth to what others perceive. Nothing is what it seems, everything has another side. The medium features a dual soundtrack by Bloober Teams, Rikowski, and legendary composer Yamaoka of Silent Hill fame. So they worked on Silent Hill, it seems.
Oh,
So yeah, the medium's coming out this year in December. Just a just a shout out to it, I suppose. I feel like that's the high profile game that Xbox is going to be having as an
right.
exclusive. So keep a lookout for that one.
Wait, is it? Is it an Xbox exclusive?
Well, it's going to be on Xbox and PC only.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't they show it at the PlayStation thing?
No, it was revealed on Xbox's showcase, whatever they called
Oh,
it.
oh, it's interesting. Yeah, it was when I saw the Xbox thing. Um, yeah, like it was one of those games that caught my eye. It looks really interesting to me.
Hmm.
And there are some horror aspects. I don't know. I think it's a horror game, so it's kind of like I don't know how I feel about that, but it does look interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
Thought it was gonna be multi-platform for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I should have looked at the player count, but it's going to be coming to Series X and X. They didn't have a listing for Xbox One X or the current generation, which is interesting.
Right.
Next up, we have Ghost of Tsushima Legends. It's come. Ghost of Tsushima Legends is coming to Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima Legends is coming to. Let me start this over again. Now I'm confusing myself. All right, rewind. Ghost of Tsushima Legends comes with Ghost of Tsushima Major 1.1 update on October 16th, and this is coming from the PlayStation blog. I have a little bit of a description for you guys. As we announced in August, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is a brand new online cooperative multiplayer experience that will be a free update for all Ghost of Tsushima owners. Ghost of Tsushima Legends features two-player story missions and four-player survival missions, as well as a raid that will release in the weeks following launch. So shout out to Ghost of Tsushima releasing this cool multiplayer mode that you can play with your
Yeah,
friends.
bringing multiplayer to a game. That's cool.
Super cool. And I didn't include it in here, but they also announced that they're going to be having a boosted mode on PS5 with 60 frames per second and other enhancements, I assume, which is the way I'm gonna continue playing that game because I did not finish it. So very
Right.
exciting stuff.
It's gonna be an update, a free update.
Yeah, free update.
Oh, it's really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I still need to. I want to play that game.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
probably
yeah,
get into the PS5 or something.
yeah. It's worth experiencing. Next, we have Baldur's Gate 3 released on early access on October 6th. The details I have are from the developer's website and Wikipedia. Baldur's Gate 3 early access is on PC, Mac, and Stadia. Actually, I don't know if everything's on. Well, it's on the PC. It's on PC, Mac, and Stadia. I don't know where exactly the early access is. I'm assuming it's on everything, but if you'd like to find out, go ahead and check that out. This is a description about Baldur's Gate 3 because I know this is way out of our realm.
Right.
So this is a description about the game. An ancient evil has returned to Baldur's Gate. Intent on devouring it from the inside out. The fate of Farron lies in your hands. Alone you may resist, but together you may overcome. Gather your party. And here's a description about how the game actually plays. Baldur's Gate 3 is an upcoming role-playing video game that is being developed and published by Larian Studios and is based on the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role-playing system. It offers a single-player and cooperative multiplayer element. Players will be able to create one or more characters and form a party along with computer-generated characters to explore the game's story. Optionally, players will be able to take one of their characters and team up online with other players to form a party. So I guess you guys kind of got a taste of it. Remember when we used to do the the Zelda Dungeons and Dragons thing on our way to the gym and
Right.
stuff? Like really sounds really nerdy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that kind of they're kind of trying to tap into that vibe just in video game form. And it's turn-based and the camera's pulled out a little bit. It's not necessarily isometric, but it's pulled out kind of at an angle so you can see a different viewpoint. I believe you can adjust the camera and things, so probably not our cup of
Yeah.
tea, but it sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably not like my cup of tea either. But I mean, it's cool um, that other people had that option. If they're into that.
Yeah.
This is Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a sequel.
Yeah. It looks like that's gonna do it for our rapid fire news segment. The next two are we could probably have a little bit more discussion about, one more than the other. So let's go ahead and get into it. The,
Let's.
the first thing I want to talk about is PS5 backwards compatibility details. I have this from Hideaki Nishino on the PlayStation blog. So more than 99% of PS4 games will be playable on PS5 day one. PS4 titles will see increased loading speed, or not increased loading speed, but better loading speeds on the PS5, and it will leverage Game Boost, offering improved or more stable frame rates. There's a bunch more details on the PlayStation blog, but pretty much to sum it up, pretty much everything that you expect the PS5 in terms of convenience is there. There's save carrying over and other like what was it called? Remote play capabilities and different things that you can sink your teeth into. But yeah, just a PSA that the PS5 backwards compatibility seems really good. There's like only a list of 10 games or so that they said so far that's incompatible. So
Yeah,
that's
but
good
they're
news
like,
for PS4 owners.
yeah. I was looking at that too, and I'm glad that they finally came out with the details regarding this issue or this um, well, yeah, this issue, this topic. Um, and yeah, like I saw the details, and I mean, it's really cool. Um, Especially like that the whole, better frame rate and better loading times for PS4 games.
Yeah,
That's something that I'm kind of looking forward to, because I mean, it might it might improve the experience with different games, um, that might need it.
it is. It
So,
is going to.
yeah,
Oh man,
so
I'm so looking forward to it.
yeah, so it's really cool. I still need to to pre-order a PS5, so um, hopefully they'll open more pre-orders, or I'll just wait, I guess.
Yeah, it's all luxury, you know. You're gonna be able to play your games that you want to play still, but just the added features of the PS5 is it's just so tantalizing, man. It sounds so good.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was increased loading speed. I got a little confused. I saw increased and I thought it was referencing the loading times, but increased loading speeds makes sense. All right, well, that's that. And moving on to the last news thing that we're going to talk about, Super Nintendo World. So Nintendo announced that Super Nintendo World will open next spring. The details I have are from Sam Byford from The Verge. Separately, Nintendo will also open a theme cafe and store at Universal Studio Japan's Hollywood area on October 16th. Some items that you will find on the cafe's menu include Mario and Luigi themed pancake sandwiches, a super mushroom drink with a tropical bottle, and mustachioed fruit cream sodas. The the park will use smart wristbands that pair with the mobile app that lets visitors take part in a coin collecting metagame, while there will also be traditional attractions, including a Mario Kart ride.
Oof.
So, is this getting you more hype for Super Nintendo World and hopefully visiting it without this whole COVID situation, ideally?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to see. Um, it's something that was announced, what it was announced back in a while ago, and to finally see it, progressing and be at this point where it'll be accessible. Um, it's pretty exciting. I did see some pictures of like the snacks that they were gonna offer, and um, one thing I will say is it's kind of I wish they would have added. I wish it weren't so Mario centric, um, because it is Nintendo World. Um, so I'm kind of disappointed that there's no other franchise representation. Um,
Okay. Yeah, I
like
feel that.
Legend of Zelda and um, Pokemon. I don't know about Pokemon, but Animal Crossing, just big titles like that, big franchises.
Metroid.
Metroid, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's the possibilities are endless, And when I heard of when I hear the name Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World, I think of okay, Nintendo, Nintendo, not just Mario. Um, but I mean, I guess Mario is their, titular character, it's their mascot, so it makes sense that they would focus on that. Um, but yeah, I was hoping to see like I don't know, Zelda's castle or I don't know, a Legend of Zelda ride or something. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, I'm excited. I know that they're also gonna build one here in LA, I believe, and so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. That sounds
I think
dope.
so, right? Yeah, I think so. I think they're here in well, not here in LA, but here in the US,
Right,
in
right.
it. So I mean that's something to look forward to as well. Something closer to us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Nintendo's trying to bring in the kids, you know? They trying to bring in the kids with Mario, Donkey Kong, and Yosh. The big kids like us that like Zelda and Metroid, we might just be I was gonna say something. It's I guess it's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
I was gonna say something that was not appropriate for the podcast. We gotta keep it PG around here.
But I
But
mean, who has the money?
the
The kids
parents
don't have
that
the money.
the parents that had the kids that the kids want to go to the
Yeah,
and the
I don't
parents
know.
that the parents that just go because it's Mario like us, but we're not parents, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But I mean, like Disneyland. Disneyland has, uh, uh, princess section, and then they also have, uh, I don't know, Star Wars now and Marvel, different sections like that. So that's
True,
kind of what I
true.
was expecting from this theme park. A section for Legend of Zelda, a section for Mario, and a section for, you know, all the other franchises. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Who's to say they might not add it later? But we're just not gonna have it on release, which is
Sure.
it's a little bit of a bummer.
It's a DLC.
It's DLC. Okay, that's a good one. All right, are you guys ready to move on to talking about our most anticipated games for the rest of 2020? All right. So before we do that, I just wanted to run down some games that I thought I would mention just in case y'all forgot. It's not everything, but I know what our preferences are and what the big games are and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention those. So we have Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Trails of Cold Steel 4, Watch Dogs Legion, The Dark Pictures Anthology Little Hope, Bright Memory, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, DMC 5 Special Edition, Sakura of Rice and Ruin. That's mine. That's mine. I put on there. Shout out. Um, Demon Souls, Godfall, Miles Morales, The Pathless, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Call of Duty Cold War, Kingdom Hearts: Melody of Memory, Cyberpunk 2077, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, Immortals: Phoenix Rising, The Medium, and then I put Bugsnax on there. Just I don't know, maybe we're interested in that or not. So let that ruminate in your mind. I don't know if that changes up your most anticipated games, but I guess I'll go first, and I'll let y'all go next.
All right.
All right. All right. So my most anticipated game, hands down, is going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm pretty sure that's not a surprise to y'all.
What? Really?
What? Ray is Spider-Man? What? The guy who begged his parents to buy him consoles back in the day for a Spider-Man game?
For,
What?
for a licensed Spider-Man game?
For a licensed Spider-Man game? Bruh. But yeah, man, launch title with the PS5, really hype. Um, Camouflage, all of Miles' new abilities, Miles' own story that I've only really experienced in the comics and a little bit in Spider-Man PS4. Ah man, and the movie too. He's getting all over the place, which is so nice. And
Yeah.
oh man, it just looks so good. It looks so good. Everything from Spider-Man PS4 coming over into Miles's game and just all the enhancements they thought of in the meantime and all the technical enhancements the PS5 is going to give us. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. I feel like it's gonna be a 10. I really do.
Awesome.
We'll see. But I have the utmost confidence in Insomniac that they'll deliver. And I guess this is more of a low-key game that not a lot of attention is getting brought to, but the Pathless.
Yeah.
So the Pathless looks really nice, man. I looked at the demo that they were showing off. I don't know where it was, but it looks like they're blending. It looks like they're blending like free traversal and like open-ended sandboxes. And I don't know how big the sandbox is going to be, but the traversal looks fun. I really like the art style. The movement looks fluid. The boss fights, they look really colorful and imposing. And it looks like you're moving at a high speed, which is something that panders to me. So
Right. I think it was shown in the state of play, one of the state of plays. Um, but yeah, I agree. It looks really. I think the first time they showed it was back in I want to say
I want to say
2018.
18. I want to say 18. I feel like I've been waiting for it for a while.
Yeah, maybe 20. Yeah, but it wasn't the Game Awards, right? 2018, I think.
Yeah. Don't quote us
Or
on
it
it,
could
but
have been.
that's what
Yeah,
we think.
it could have been even like back more back, 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember seeing that game. It looks really cool. Like the whole like animation, the art style of that game. To me, it's like it's really pretty. It's very it uses like a lot of dark colors, but I don't know, for some reason it's really it's nice. Um, and yeah,
Hmm.
like when they showed off the demo for some of the gameplay, it does include a lot of puzzles. And being a Zelda fan, I like those types of things in games, in adventure games. So it's really
Right.
cool. And and I think it's coming out for the PlayStations and PC, right?
I'm not sure about the release. I mean, I can double check for you, but I'm sure you're right.
So yeah, I was hoping maybe for like a Switch release, but it is what it is. But yeah, it definitely looks really cool.
Yeah. Man, the PS5 is gonna spoil me, man. I'm not even gonna think about getting third-party games on the Switch if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, so it's gonna be PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Uh, wait, mobile phones? iOS, Windows?
Oh, really?
What the heck? For real? Okay, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, iOS, tvOS, Mac, and Microsoft Windows. iOS. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, shout out to that one. Um, I'm just gonna actually I'm gonna shout out Immortals Phoenix Rising
Hmm.
because that one got a lot of good press, a lot of good attention from outlets that got their hands on it, and it showed well to me. It looks fun. The different weapons, your avatar looks fun too. Like I don't know, I feel like that art style is is done well, and I don't know. I just feel like it's cartoony Assassin's Creed, and I'm in for cartoony Assassin's Creed basically. Just to boil down my opinion about it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So shout out to that one. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you're not getting a shout out. I'm sorry. You have not convinced me. Okay. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so
You just
um,
had to get that jab in, huh?
Yeah, I got that jab in.
uh, for me, like the most anticipated game uh,
You anticipate.
no, that's coming out, for the remaining of the year. It's Age of Calamity, no surprise there as well. Uh, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, to be exact.
Okay. For sure, for
Uh,
sure.
I'm a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Uh, 10 out of 10 game. Um, but and I don't know, like having that opportunity to check out more of the story, revolving the Calamity and the Link, Zelda, and the Guardians.
Uh-huh.
It's really, uh, I mean, it's something that I wanted back when Breath of the Wild came out, and a lot of people also has been asking for to see that story before the destruction of Hyrule. So having the opportunity to do that in this game, it's really cool. And I mean, since it's a Hyrule Warriors, I mean, it's gonna give you that style of gameplay where you just kill enemies. Um, so I think it fits perfectly. It looks pretty. It looks like a Breath of the Wild game,
Hmm.
like it's running on the same engine probably. But I'm really looking forward to that game. Um, so yeah, that's like the most anticipated. And I'll just say my top three, I guess.
Okay.
Um, After that, Age of Calamity, I'd say, uh, oh man, I'm blanking. Yeah, Spider-Man. I was gonna say Spider-Man too.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
okay.
I wasn't. I never got the chance to play the first Spider-Man. And once they announced that the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man for the PS5, Spider-Man Miles Morales, it said that it was going to include the first game. And
Yeah.
it, to me, that's like perfect for me, because I've never played the first game, and I
You've
get to
never
play this.
swung around as Spider-Man ever. You
No,
fool.
I know, I'm missing out. But I'm gonna get the chance. I mean, if I get a PS5, this for the remaining of the year. But hopefully I do, and hopefully I'm able to play Spider-Man and Spider-Man Morales back to back, and
Yeah.
just get that experience.
Oh man,
Finally
you're
get
gonna
that
have
experience.
a fire experience. Oh
Yeah,
man, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I mean, you uh, that game just gets a lot of praise, so I'm sure it's gonna be a great experience.
Yeah.
And Miles Morales is really good in the PS5. And then for
True.
number three, um, rounding off my top three,
True.
uh, I was thinking of Pikmin 3.
Um,
I forgot about listing Pikmin, dude. I had all the intentions put on the list. Feel kind of bad.
yeah, I remember you mentioned it like last night too. Um, but yeah, Pikmin 3, I think it's an excellent game. It's one of the most beautiful games in the Wii U from the Wii U. It's really pretty. It runs well and it's really entertaining. It's my first Pikmin, the only Pikmin I played, and that opened up uh, like my interest towards that franchise. And I think it's a really good game. Not everyone's cup of tea, but
Hmm.
it's such a it's such a nice game. I don't know. It's a very well. It can be pretty. It's relaxing, but it can be pretty tough. You know.
Right.
Eh, and like Jose mentioned earlier, there's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of uh, um, planning out how you're gonna get all the food or the items and so on, and so you don't waste um, the juice for every day.
Oh, you can't
Eh,
waste that juice, man.
yeah, you can't waste that juice.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean it's a game that I want to go back to. I never realized how much we need Pikmin in our lives, but having that opportunity to play that again, it's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. And just really like a quick shout out to Phoenix Rising, like you said, that's another game. I wasn't even thinking about it until you mentioned it. But yeah, that game it looks interesting. The whole Greek mythology
Hmm.
aspect to it, it's what interests me a lot. Um, the art style, I think I preferred the art style before it. The first when they first showed off the game
Yeah.
when it was
Yeah.
called Myths and Monsters, I think that I prefer that style more.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
either way, like the art style right now that they went with, it's really cool as well. And I don't know, again, it's a lot of people compare it to Breath of the Wild, or it has a lot of aspects of Breath of the Wild. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Breath of the Wild, so
True.
having Greek Assassin's Creed Breath of the Wild, uh, I think it's really cool. It's a really cool idea.
Heck yeah.
So shout out, shout out to them. And again, sorry, just a really quick shout out to
Sure.
Demon Souls.
Ah, right.
I never
Right.
played I never played the Souls games, but when they showed off that game, the little demo gameplay in the last PlayStation presentation,
Hmm.
I don't know, that game is really beautiful. It looks really nice. So
It
I don't know,
does.
it's
It
something
does.
that I'm like I have my eye on it, But so yeah, just a really quick shout out to that game as well.
All right. Some good picks.
Up to you,
Okay,
Jose.
so I mean, my list is kind of similar to Luis's, just because we have similar tastes. So yeah, my most anticipated game uh, is Warriors, um, Age of Calamity. And I mean, obviously, what Luis said, pretty much, I share. Um, the just Zelda in general, is one of my favorite franchises. So obviously, getting another game, um, is really exciting. Also, the Hyrule Warriors, we have the definitive edition on the Switch, and it's a really fun game. I think the replayability of that game is crazy. I don't we haven't 100% it either, so it's still there uncompleted. But
Yo, you guys 100% games pretty quickly too. That's a lot of content, it seems like.
it is. It's a lot of content.
Yeah.
Um, like even after you pass like the main story, like there's a lot of missions and um, unlockables and things like that. But yeah, so you combine that with Breath of the Wild, you know, it's a pretty exciting game. Um, and I think why like a lot of people or why I am so hyped for that game is because we rarely get any like sequels or prequels in the Legend of Zelda franchises. I think the only time we've ever even gotten like a direct sequel where like it's the same Link or the same you know, timeline is Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. And even then, that's kind of up in the air because we don't even know if Majora's Mask is, like in the same realm. But yeah, this is it's exciting to see Legend of Zelda get um kind of explore that, and build upon like uh, what's the word? An incarnation of Link. Um,
Hmm.
and we get to experience the prequel to Breath of the Wild, as well as the sequel, a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is crazy to me. Um, so it's really exciting. Um,
All right,
and
cool.
also Pikmin, of course, it's up there. I've already played that game, but being able to revisit it, since it was released on the Wii U, I feel like it didn't we didn't get to enjoy it as much, only because our pad stopped working after a while, and so it pretty much made the Wii U unusable. Um, and like I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, I already played the demo, so it's a really nice refresher. Really excited to get back into it. And then for my third pick, obviously Pokemon for me. I don't think you mentioned that either.
Pokemon,
Yeah, that's right.
the
Um,
DLC,
yeah, very
bruh.
excited.
That's cheat. Okay, all right. I'll let it slide.
Well, I mean, I guess it's DLC. You're right. You're right. It's not a new game. Um,
I'll let it slide, Jose. I'll let it slide. You can have it.
but yeah, we'll see what that brings.
I'm like
Obviously, I'm the
Pokemon
biggest.
Snap. Is that coming out this year?
I don't think so. I don't think they have a release date for that yet.
Oh, okay,
Um, but it most likely will come out next year.
okay,
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't want to say anything because it's Pokemon. But but yeah, those are pretty much my only picks.
okay.
We'll see what else. The thing with me is that I'm like I can see like I can watch the trailers for like new games and be like, oh, this game looks really nice, or it looks interesting, but I don't really get invested in a game based on just the trailer. Like I have to play it. Like that's the only way that I'll get invested into it.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
um so I don't really have any other games. I
Yo,
mean, then again, Age of Calamity, I've never played it, and here I am. But you know,
I guess you
I've
kind of
got
played it though with Hyrule Warriors. It's gonna be
yeah,
similar.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's my picks.
Cool. Hey, keep an eye out on a Sakura of Rice and Ruin. That game looks fire, son. I think you might like it.
There's a lot of games that look pretty, like they look really nice,
Yeah,
like the graphics, very colorful and bright. And
yeah,
um,
yeah.
so so yeah, I'll be on the lookout. I guess I'll just wait for Luis to get them to try it out, and then I'll try it out for
All right, all right. Well, thanks for sharing, y'all.
myself.
That's going to bring us to the Pass or Play segment of our podcast. If you do not know how Pass or Play works, one of us or a couple of us choose a quote from the back of a video game box. We present it to the panel, and the panelists have to guess what that game is if they can, and if they would play it or pass on it based on the description. So I have one. Do one of you fine
Yes,
gentlemen have one?
yes, I do.
All right. So I'll go first. All right. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. The epic legacy concludes. Banished, left for dead, but this hero refused to be forgotten. Blank and his faithful companion are exiled to the unforgiving wasteland, where survival of the fittest is the law of the land. But deadly lands and dangerous creatures are only the beginning. Soon the worst nightmare imaginable finds his world, threatening to annihilate all life with eternal darkness. A darkness he knows only too well. His exciting trilogy comes to a close. End quote.
well, my first instinct is Jack and Dexter, because that's a trilogy, right? Or
Think
was
so.
the Exile?
Spanish.
That's your thought. That's your thought.
Yeah. I mean, I would play the game. I don't think there was anything in that description that um like ruins it for me. It's pretty, like it's very general. And I feel like it sounds like a typical, hero risen from the ashes, whatever. Um,
I hear you.
I would play it. Um, I don't have a guess right now. I know, well, you did. It does mention it's a trilogy, and the main character sounds like it's a guy. Um, so I'm trying to think. Um,
Okay, okay. Trilogies, guy centered trilogy.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same spot. I'd say I play it, but I have no idea what game it could
I'm
be.
gonna say
Jack and Dexter.
no. Yes, because it says faithful companion, right? So it's partners. It's two. It's a duo.
It's this guy and a companion.
And his faithful companion, yeah.
So Dexter described a faithful. I'm already thinking. I don't know. I'm gonna guess Jack and Dexter. Um,
Okay.
the third, whatever that game is. I don't know.
Got you, got you.
That's my guess. And yeah, I would play it.
Dope.
I think you're right.
So you think something extra too?
I mean, it makes sense. I didn't even catch that whole companion thing. So
Right.
having you said that, yeah, I think it's Jack and Daxter too. And now I changed
All right.
my to not play. Nah, just kidding. No, no, I still play it.
Okay. All right. All right. So two plays, and you guys both think it's Jack and Daxter. Well, you are correct, sirs. It is Jack 3.
That's
It is Jack 3, yeah. I mean, I included Jack 2 before, so Jack 3 just seemed an inevitability, so I just included it. Shout out to Jack 3. I gotta play that again. I played Jack 2 so many times. Jack 3 needs some love.
Did you see the tweet that Naughty Dog made? Basically, just announcing that all of their games are gonna be playable in PS5.
What?
They included Jack and Dexter, like they mentioned it.
Dude, they
Um,
don't even care about Jack. They don't they don't develop them anymore.
right?
They
That's why
just
I was surprised that they even acknowledged it. I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
okay, you remember.
What
yeah, I
the
remember.
heck? The ports are done by other companies. Hmm.
That could mean something, right? I'm just kidding.
It could.
You never
It
know.
could. It could. I'll keep the faith.
So here's mine.
Okay.
Um, okay. In the near future, mankind has conquered dimensional travel, but the door we have opened swings both ways. The peaceful city you have grown up in has become a haven for dark creatures from another world, demons. Now it's up to you and your friends to harness the hidden power within you by entering the fantasy game known as Blank. You awaken with incredible abilities that you will need to defeat the scores of demon invaders and cleanse the land of their forces. Converse with them before doing battle to determine your best course of action. Fight them or enlist their aid in your mission. Either way, you are set for the fantasy adventure of a lifetime.
Sounds like Persona. Ah, that does sound compelling, dude. That sounds like it's up my alley.
Any guesses?
Interdimensional. Interdimensional, but they don't. I want to say it's a Persona game. Don't know which one. I want to guess. Mm, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna guess Persona. I guess I would go 5, but I feel like the thing doesn't line up completely. No, 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 not five. I'll go through. Which one would you put on there? Persona the Labyrinth. There's a Labyrinth one. Q something. Something. Q2. Persona Q2 there. It's a 3DS game and I play it.
Um,
Okay. You mentioned demons, right? Yeah. Demons. Fantasy world. Friendship. Um, you didn't mention friendship. I'll go with Ray as well. I'm gonna play it. But what game is it? So you're obviously going into this world, right? But there's demons.
He said you converse with demons to figure out the best course of action, was it?
Yes. Did Yokai Watch?
Oh, that's a good. I mean, that. Oh, dang, that's a good one.
Did you want to? Nah.
Yokai Watch is a good pool, man.
You have a guess what? I'll go with yeah, sure. Yokai Watch, sure. Why not? And but you will play? Yeah, I will play. Okay. So we got two plays. Ray, you were closer than me. It is
Uh,
a Persona game.
okay.
It's actually the first one. Um,
Oh,
Persona Revelation.
wow.
Revelation.
Okay.
Um,
Huh.
so like
Huh.
I try to make it harder by going like way back to the first one.
Yeah. But man, just the concept just stays the same though, huh?
I know. While I was reading it out loud, I was like, oh, shoot, this might be a little too easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that you could converse with demons. Well, I guess yeah, I did, but I just never put two and two together that the old games, had that functionality. Huh. That was a good pull. Like I could see where he's like I could trip him up on it, but he could also guess it. I like that. All right, so that was a good pull, Jose. That was Pass or Play, and that's gonna do it for our podcast. So we have been Roll Jump Media. We do this podcast every week, and we also make YouTube videos and we stream on Twitch. We aim for every week on Fridays in the evening time. So if you want to catch us there, you may. We're also on a lot of social media, so put in Roll Up Media and your favorite social media, and we should be on there. And we also have an official website where we post everything. So go ahead and check that out as well if you want to. That's going to do it for us and our panelists. Before we head out, do you have anything to say to our audience?
Thank you guys. See you
Thanks for
next week.
tuning. Keep playing games.
All right, guys, you heard them. See you next time.